Hello students, welcome back to your social class. I am your social teacher Aisha. In previous class we started with be healthier, live longer, right? So in this session we are going to complete it, okay? So till express and other missions we have done. In this session we are going to start with surgery and anesthesia. Okay, page number 237 children. Sometimes the body has to be cut open by the doctors to cure disease or treat injuries. This is known as surgery or operation. In some cases, a defective organ such as liver, kidney, heart is replaced with healthy one from a donor. A surgery is performed by expert doctors using many instruments and medicines. So children, everyone heard about surgery and operations. I'm very well aware, right? Everyone knows. So whatever they'll cut the patient's particular thing, a liver, heart, whatever they have to do the surgery, they will cut it and they will replace it. If it had been replaced or it could be treated, they will treat or they will replace it. This will be done by the expert doctors with the help of instruments, okay, with the help of instruments and medicines. Today surgery is used for amputation, which involves cuttings of body parts. So if any body parts have to be cut in children, it is known as amputation. Okay, they will cut it and they will treat it. Okay. Cosmetic surgery, if any part is being in fire incident, some face of one part is being burned or something, or any hand part is burned. With the help of this cosmetic surgery, they will remove that, they will peel out that burnt skin and they will replace it with new skin. Okay, this is cosmetic surgery. Okay, then laparoscopic surgery is referred to over open surgery called laparotomy, which requires a large cut on the body. It is used by the laser surgery, involves in the use of laser instead of scalpel. First children, if there is if anything happens, a big big surgery if they want to do, first they used to do with laser. First they used to take a scalpel, it is a knife like thing, and they used to cut it and then they used to treat it. But later now laser treatment has come, that laser itself will cut the body part. Doctor will aim and cut the body part and he will treat it. Okay, this is a laparoscopic surgery because it is done by the laser. Okay, this much you have understood, I hope. Okay, more about this you will be learning in your further classes. Then anesthesia. What is anesthesia? With a conscious sense, can a patient have its surgery, or can a doctor perform the surgery with the patient's consciousness? No, right? Patient has to go to deep sleep. Okay, when he goes to the deep sleep only, doctor can perform. If not, imagining a cutting, a burning, a peeling, can patient survive this pain? No, right? To put the patient into the deep sleep, anesthesia is given to our body. That anesthesia will completely paralyze the body, or you can say it will completely put the patient into the deep sleep till the operation is completed. Okay. First it will completely make a patient like a person, numb body. It won't, if you if outside, if you prick, if you pin, if you beat also, patient will not be able to know, because it will be completely numb and he will be in completely deep sleep. Then chloroform was first successful drug to be used as anesthesia. The chloroform, if you just smell the chloroform, you will automatically will go to the sleep. Okay, it was used as anesthesia. Okay, then it was discovered by James Simpson in 1847. Okay, it was discovered by James Simpson in 1847. Until then the surgery was very painful. Just imagine, if you just cut a little bit in your hand, how painful it will be there. That time so cutting the whole body is only a big disaster for us, right? So until he discovered this, surgery was very painful. Then we have antibiotics. Bacteria are a type of germ which spreads several diseases such as tuberculosis, cholera and typhoid. In 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered one of the most powerful drugs called penicillin, which could prevent the growth of bacteria. Penicillin is an antibiotic that treats bacterial infection. The drug changed the way diseases were treated. Penicillin got nicknamed the wonder drug, and in 1945, Fleming was awarded the Nobel Prize for the medicine. So what is this penicillin, children? Suppose in our body we have a bacteria. We will give a cold bacteria only. called bacteria we have in our body, and it started to reproduce more and more. It started to infect everywhere. Okay, after the infection starts, obviously patients will be severe. This penicillin, when Mr. Alexander Fleming discovered this penicillin, when they injected to our body, this bacteria started to stop developing. It did not develop. Okay, it came under the control. Then obviously they treated the bacteria. It was also known as wonder drug. They will call this penicillin as a wonder drug because it stopped the infection part. It started to stop the infections of our body. So they used to call it as the wonder drug. Okay, this penicillin is an antibiotic. Okay, they'll say no, if doctor will give antibiotic if any infection is there, this penicillin doctor will give this antibiotic so that infection will be stopped. Okay, children, if you see some people who are working continuously in office and all, they'll because of the sweat or because of the gym people, if they gym people sweating and all will be these children, they will go for gym. Sweat people, laborers and all, if because of the sweat and all, they start to develop bacteria. They start to develop bacteria and all. This penicillin is very efficient. This wonder drug is very efficient. It stops the bacteria spreading, sweat bacteria and all stop spreading, and will control that. Okay. Then Alexander Fleming in 1945, he got a Nobel Peace Prize for this medicine. Then we have, okay, this was about the surgery, anesthesia, this was about the antibiotics. Next we have vaccination. Vaccination, we need to make ourselves immune or resistant to infectious diseases such as cholera, tuberculosis and smallpox. So we have our immune system, right, which will protect us from cholera, tuberculosis and smallpox. These are all infectious diseases. Infectious means what? Spreading, touching and spreading. If a patient has smallpox, that smallpox is touched to your skin, even you may get smallpox. If a patient has tuberculosis, then if you cough, that sputum, the saliva, what will come if you inhale, if it just touches you may get tuberculosis. So it's an infectious disease. The first vaccine developed, so to prevent all this, it's a vaccination. We have vaccination. Every child should take this vaccination. Okay. You can see in your arm also, in your left arm also, you will be having vaccination injection which will be having marked permanently in your left arm. Okay, if you just check, you will get to know. Then when smallpox was there in the children, it was very contagious. This is infectious disease, smallpox. The first vaccine was developed against smallpox by Edward Jenner, an English doctor in 1976. It was done by Edward Jenner in 1796. Smallpox children were killing many people, especially small children. They didn't have that much immunity. Okay, so it was killing so many people. Then in 1796, Edward Jenner has developed this medicine. Okay, Jenner noticed that those who worked with cattle did not catch the disease. How he came to know is the people who work with cattle, cowboys and all, no, they didn't catch this disease. They already suffered a disease, discovered a milder disease called cowpox. When they started, then apart from smallpox, they found that they are suffering a milder disease called cowpox. Jenner found that injecting people with cowpox protected them from smallpox. Okay, then he discovered that cowpox, and he injected people. Then he saw that smallpox is being prevented. If this cowpox injection is being given, smallpox injection is being prevented. He coined the word vaccination from the Latin word vaccina, which means cowpox. So vaccination, a vaccina name came from Latin word which means cowpox. Today smallpox has been removed from the world. Because of this vaccination, there is no smallpox, because earlier only by birth only doctors will give this vaccination to the children. Okay, we have vaccines for polio. You have heard about a polio drops till to the age of 5. We'll see government people of the medicals will come and by home to home, but they'll put the camps so that each and every child up to the age of 5 should and must take polio vaccine. Tuberculosis, hepatitis, cholera, pneumonia, tetanus, these are the infections are contagious and infectious diseases which we have medicines for, and it is stopped spreading. Then we have pasteurization. Okay, children. Pasteurization was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Okay, he was a French scientist, Louis Pasteur. Dirt germs cause diseases and spoil food. These pasture germs are there. These germs are there, no? They will spoil the milk and they spoil the food. Okay, they are the germs which spoil the food and the milk. Okay, then milk or water can be boiled to kill harmful germs. Okay, then to kill these germs, if they boil this, it could be killed. So milk, so only the mommy always boils the milk and gives you, right? So the milk is heated to a certain temperature and then will the germs present in it are killed. So he discovered earlier people without children, they used to take the milk from the cow. They didn't used to heat it. They used to drink it without heating. Then when they found that this was actually creating a big trouble, people are started to suffering from this of germs and all. Then Louis Pasteur discovered that if we heat the milk, at certain temperature, in a high temperature, and after cooling down if we drink, all the germs which are there in the milk would be dead. All the germs will be there in the milk would be dead. This process is called pasteurization. It came to his name. This process is called as pasteurization. And Pasteur also created rabies vaccine. This rabies vaccine, if there is any infected dog, no children, if the dog bites us, we develop a disease called rabies. Okay, to stop the diseases. Okay, to cure the diseases, he invented rabies vaccine. Then we have antiseptics. Joseph is known as father of antiseptic surgery. Joseph Lister is known as father of antiseptic surgery. He was a surgeon about 150. Joseph Lister was a surgeon about 150 years ago. So 150 years ago, he was a surgeon. At that time, surgery was new. At that time, children cutting the body parts, everything was actually a very new. Okay. Many patients died due to operations due to the infection of the wounds. As they will cut the body part, and there was no antiseptic, nothing to cure or to heal it. They will cut and they will leave it. No, it started to become infectious. It started to turn into the wounds. The wounds would be rotten and everything happened. And many people used to die also with that thing. Then Lister tried several methods of controlling the infection without success. Obviously, doctors will definitely try how to stop it. But after many attempts also, he couldn't control it. He couldn't get a success actually. Then he studied Pasteur's finding about how germs cause the infection in the wound. Then when he knew that Louis Pasteur has said that the germs are causing the infection, then if he heat the milk at certain point, this and all he came to know. Then he started to think how to kill these germs. Then he tried a chemical called carbolic acid. He sprayed carbolic acid in the air, washed his hands, instruments and patient's skin with it performing an operation. So here comes the famous people style. When the doctors used to do the surgery, children, they used to wash and definitely keep it. But still the germs would be there. Cold water, obviously germs would be there. Then he invented carbolic acid and he used to wash the hands. Now we have sanitization, right? Same way, sanitizers and all. He used to wash his hands, he used to wash all the instruments, surgery instruments, everything, and he kept it. Okay. Then after that, doing all this, after this cleaning, processing, sanitization part, everything over, then patients' wounds and all started to heal because there was no infectious and all. Then first antiseptic, Joseph Lister had discovered the first antiseptic, a chemical that kills germs. Now also Dettol is an antiseptic, right, which will kill the germs and all. We say Lifebuoy, Dettol, Savlon, these are all antiseptics which kill the germs and all. Even the sanitizer which we use, it is known as that will kill the germs and all, right. So antiseptic. So he is known as father of antiseptic surgery. Surgery would be done, children, but there was no proper healing of the surgery. Because of this, patient started to die. Then later when he started his carbolic acid, treated everything, washed with carbolic acid and everything, patient death came to the certain range. Okay. Then from that time, antiseptic came to the existence. Then we have some more medicines. In olden days, people used to lose their life because then they had fever or diarrhea. So if they have fever or diarrhea, no children, people used to lose their life. Simple fever, simple diarrhea, many deaths would be certain, they were taken. So discovery of new medicines have helped many lives. Quinine, a drug extracted from the bark of cinchona tree, is used for treating malaria. So malaria is also very high and very bad fever which is caused by mosquitoes. So from the bark of cinchona tree, quinine is taken and even they will take it for treating malaria. Digitalis extracted from the fog leaf plant is used to treat heart problems. Medicinal plants, these are all are medicinal plants, children. This digitalis is extracted from a plant called foxglove, which is used to treat heart problems. Aspirin, if you have heavy headache, you will have aspirin, right? It is took from the white willow tree. It reaches the aches, headaches, pains, fevers and all. This aspirin helps. Then keeping healthy. The development in medicine have helped in cure diseases. Okay, yeah, development of medicines have helped in many cure diseases. Over the years, people have realized the importance of hygiene in maintaining health. Every day we have to bath, clean the surroundings, wash the vessels. If you are wounded, make sure you are taking clean cotton, putting antiseptic on the wound, and all. They started to realize and they started to follow that procedure. Because of the health and hygiene, there are certain things, children, especially in dangerous and overpopulated country like ours, where epidemics can break out. Epidemics, we already know, we have pandemic which we have facing, right? Same way we have, if in overpopulated countries, if it is not treated, epidemics will come out. Okay, epidemics means very contagious and infectious diseases. To stop this, we have to maintain healthy and hygienic atmosphere. How can we stay healthy? We should eat balanced diet. Don't overeat, don't less eat. Eat your balanced diet. Lack of vitamins and minerals will cause diseases. Every vitamins and minerals we should have in our body. I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat this. I don't want to stay under the sun for even for 10 seconds also. No. Sun is also vitamin. It provides vitamin D for our body. We need it. We should eat regularly. Skipping meals is not good for health. Always eat your food, children. Don't skip your meal. Okay? You may develop gas and you may start to get some other diseases. So make sure to have your food. We must keep ourselves and our surrounding clean. Yes, atmosphere should be clean. Drink only boiled milk and water. In many houses we have this ashwagandha and all, right? So always drink. Mummy will always boil the milk and only give you. And when you will drink the water, make sure to drink from the filter water itself. We should exercise regularly. The body has to be fit to fight germs. So always make sure you exercise regularly. Then only our body will be fit and fine. Okay, this was about the be healthy, live longer. We have just 3 to 2 minutes. We will just complete it soon, children. First main, take the correct answer. Doctors use this instrument to detect fever. Option A for thermometer. The stethoscope was invented by Ranke and Fanak. Option B. Instrument used to magnify things is called microscope. Option C. Vaccines are available for curing headaches, polio injuries, polio. X-ray machine was invented by William Roentgen. Then B means clinical thermometer measures temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit. French scientist dash was discovered to germ that cause germs for this spoiled food. Blue is Pasteur. Aspirin is extracted from the white willow tree. Digital is extracted from the foxglove is used to treat heart problems. Dash is called a wonder drug, penicillin. Penicillin. Okay. Next we have matched the following. Clinical thermometer, Gabriel, Daniel Fahrenheit, stethoscope, René microscope, Zacharias Janssen, X-ray, William Roentgen, Joseph Lister, father of antiseptic surgery. So your answer will be 3, 4, 1, 5, 2. Okay, copy this, children. Any doubts, we'll definitely meet in our interactive session. Okay, children, copy all these answers. Thank you, children. Bye bye.